some SIBO, and my colleague comes in and starts an IV, midazolam, propofol, and then I get the old number 4 LMA and turn her head and put it right in. And the surgeon's like, we're closing, we're closing. And we finished up the case. It was a 1-level discectomy, and thank God, a reasonably healthy person. She remembered nothing. And she had no nausea. So the thing is, the interesting thing about this case was that the last thing, if you think about, I love the idea of, what consciousness under anesthesia. The last thing my resident did say to her, he did finish the program actually, but he did finish the program. The last thing he said to her, she said, oh, I always get nauseous before surgery. And he goes, don't worry, I'm going to give you Zofran. You won't have nausea. Okay, good night. So as she was waking up, she was just in that stage where it was the last thing in her consciousness. And as she was, so what happened was that obviously there was no muscle relaxant on board. The desflurane was turned off. We were not monitoring bispectral index. I don't know if it would have helped. Might have given us a warning. But the patient woke up and just took that out and then went back to sleep. So anyway, so several lessons here. One, all I can say is vigilance, vigilance, vigilance. She did lift her, we had her in the proper position. My colleagues, when I had to present this, of course, for QA, and luckily after all the smoke cleared, had I tied the endotracheal tube, that would not have happened. I think if I had tied the endotracheal tube, we would have had more struggling, or I don't know, but anyway. We'll talk about that later, but I had to digress because prone position, no problem. If it happens, and there actually have been a couple of interesting case reports and letters where if the tube falls out, if you can open the mouth, put in something supraglottic. If you're really clever, you can put in something supraglottic and then maybe do a fiber optic, but we'll talk about that later. Can we